Next, we're in Taylor, Michigan for an arraignment. 47-year-old Joshua Lanto has been charged with interference with police activity. Representing the state is David Greco. Before discussing the case, Lanto's court-appointed attorney, James Gazicki, has a request of the court.
I'm asking the court right now if I could withdraw on this matter. I don't think I could adequately help Mr. Lanto in his legal arguments, and I'm just asking the court if I can withdraw.
All right. Can you hear me?
Hello?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
My name is Jim Gazicki. I'm an attorney. I've been appointed to assist you today. You're charged with interfering with a police officer under city ordinance, which is a violation that carries a maximum punishment of 90 days in jail and or a $500 fine. You do have a right to a trial by a judge or a jury. At the trial, there's a presumption of innocence, a right to remain silent, a right to confront your accusers, ask them questions, present a defense, and have the assistance of an attorney throughout the proceedings, with one being appointed if you cannot afford one. I'm just filling out a form as we're talking here.
Okay, well, you did say I have the right to be presumed innocent, correct?
That's correct. Everybody's innocent until proven guilty.
Okay, and does that mean I'm innocent of all the elements of a crime?
Whoa. Back off. There's a presumption that everybody is innocent until proven guilty.
Okay.
You're charged with violating the law, all right? But that doesn't mean you're guilty. The only way it'd be considered that you're guilty of it is, one, if you entered a plea of guilty, or number two, if a judge or a jury found you guilty. So that's where that is, okay?
Well, that didn't address the question. The question was, you just said that I'm presumed innocent until proven guilty, correct? Am I presumed innocent of all the elements of a charge?
Yes.
Okay, are one of those elements jurisdiction?
One of those what?
Are one of those elements jurisdiction?
Jurisdiction is a separate issue, but why you're saying the court doesn't have jurisdiction over this?
Well, I didn't make that claim. I was just asking the questions.
No, if there is a question of jurisdiction of the court or venue of the court, those are separate issues that could be brought up to have the action removed from this court.
Well, I definitely like to see the factual evidence of jurisdiction.
Well, you're putting the cart in front of the horse. First of all, today the purpose is to advise you of what the charge is and advise you of your rights. Okay. From this date forward, what I'm going to do is request discovery so that I can get a copy of the police video cameras and whatever evidence they have.
Okay.
All right. Once I get this,
well, are you aware there is a video of the incident? And then the other thing I want to clarify, I just need to make sure I'm going to be able to speak for myself in the court.
Well, you don't want an attorney?
Well, I'd be happy to have you as standby counsel or as counsel, but I will I will not allow you to speak for me, no.
Okay, then you do not want to be represented by an attorney.
Well,
is what you're saying.
In Michigan, the courts are allowed to appoint you standby counsel or an attorney to be counsel. I've been through this before, so I know. Yeah,
well, right now, like I said, we got to do it step by step. Okay.
Okay, and then
the question is this: so we're clear. You do not want to be represented by an attorney, but you want to ask the court if you could have a standby attorney.
Well, I just don't know the rules of procedure for, evidence and everything like that, so that I could use some assistance with. But as far as speaking, no, I will speak for myself in a court of law. And then I also had a couple other questions. It did say that this Zoom court was being recorded, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so then there naturally would be no objection to me making my own recording?
I think there is, that you cannot record stuff without the court's permission. I believe that is the rule, but we can ask the judge that. I can get that clarified.
Yeah, because
right? Before we go any further, I'll get that clarified. Okay? So just hold on. Let me double check what the court rules on it.
Well, I mean, it's 8.115, and then there's, I mean, they might have an actual order, but it has to be consistent with the Michigan Supreme Court rule, which is 8.115, which just states that you're not allowed to live stream in a courtroom. But as far as video recording, you have to have the consent of the individuals for their privacy. But I just wish to make an audio-only recording, which I'm doing right now, so if there's any objection, I can stop that. But unless there's an objection and a reasonable objection, I'd be willing to consider reasonable objections.
Okay. You're asking then that if you can make an audio recording.
Well,
right?
I'm making the audio recording right now. If
right.
there's
You
an
want
objection,
to know if
right.
you can continue.
Right.
I have no objection to you recording me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So if I'm going to
But
be
you
threatened
wanna
with
do it in
violence, I
open
will
court.
stop.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
sir, please. One of us can only talk at a time, and I want to make sure that we're going the right direction. Okay. All right.
Okay.
So you indicated you're not familiar with the procedures and stuff like that, and that's what I'm trying to clarify right now to make sure that we're in line with court procedure. Now, I just want to, you're not asking the court to videotape, you're just asking the court to record the audio during the proceedings, right?
Well, I'm giving them the courtesy to let them know I'm making my own audio recording, but if they have an objection to it, then they need to let me know, because I don't want to be threatened with more violence.
That's what I got, that's what I'm going to check on.
Yeah.
Okay? Okay, so just hold on. Spoke with the judge, and he said no as far as recording the audio.
And
That's an issue we can take up at the pretrial. Today, all we're doing is the arraignment to advise you of the charge and what your rights are.
And
okay?
so what happens?
And also,
what happens if I do insist on recording?
you take it up with the judge. If the judge says no, and you tell the judge you're still doing it, he could hold you in contempt.
Well, I don't feel safe without a recording.
You can take that up with the judge. When we go in front of the judge right now,
I mean,
I'll reiterate your concern. So you got to let me finish talking when you ask me a question. We'll go in front of the judge. I'm going to advise him. I advise you of your rights and the charges against you. I'm also going to advise the judge that I instructed you what the court told me, that you cannot record. You do not feel comfortable with that, and that you, again, is asking the court for permission to record your audio.
Yeah, I mean,
okay?
I think it's a perfectly reasonable thing. I mean, according to the judicial canons, he is supposed to be fair and impartial, right?
Yep.
And then,
So,
yeah, and then we also have to get the jurisdiction issue settled as well, and we have to get that settled.
what's the issue? What's the issue under jurisdiction?
Well, I'd like
This
to.
is a. Oh, let me explain. When you ask something, the jurisdiction is you're charged with violation of a city ordinance that happened in the city of Taylor. This court has jurisdiction over all incidents in the city of Taylor, so they have jurisdiction to hear violations of city ordinance. So what issue are you raising about as far as jurisdiction?
Well, I'd like to see factual evidence of the jurisdiction, because the geographic area.
What do you mean by factual evidence?
Well, you're an attorney. You do know. I mean.
No, you're talking in circles. I told you what I'm doing is I'm going to submit an order for a copy of the videos and police report. Is that what you're referring to?
No, I'm referring to, I'd like to see factual evidence of jurisdiction, because at this point, the defendant, or the plaintiff in this case, is what, the city of Taylor, which, if the city of Taylor, if I did them wrong, or if I did something wrong to the city of Taylor, I'd be happy to apologize to the city of Taylor. If I did something wrong, the only thing that's going to be on the opposite side of that courtroom are state actors, a prosecutor and a police officer, correct?
I've been doing this 40 years, and you got me totally confused on what you want.
Okay, well,
okay?
Let me just break this down.
I'm telling you this. What? Go ahead.
Well, let me just ask you a few simple, basic, logical questions. The only people on the opposite side of that courtroom from me that are bringing the charges are a prosecutor, which is a state actor, and then a police officer, which is a state actor, correct?
Correct.
Okay, are they aware of what Section 241, Section 242, Title 18, deprivation of rights under color of law? Are they aware of that?
I have no idea where you're going with that, sir. I have no idea where you're going with this.
Well, I need to make sure that we get to the bottom of this and we know who's guilty of criminal behavior here. So if they really want this fight,
you're raising issues, like I told you, that I don't know where you're going with this. All right. I explained to you, first of all, as far as jurisdiction goes, yes, they are state actors. The officers are employed by the city of Taylor. This incident is alleged to happen in the city of Taylor. Therefore, this court has jurisdiction over incidents like this.
Well,
so I don't know what factual stuff you're referring to.
Well, we have no victim. We have nothing to establish jurisdiction at this point other than geographic area, which is not, that doesn't cover 100% of what
You're making no
is.
sense, sir. You're making no sense. You have a complaint from a police officer.
A state actor.
That's how things have been going in this country for 200 years, okay? So I don't know where you're going with this argument. I'm lost as to what you're saying.
Well,
if you know another attorney that's on board what you're saying, maybe we can get the court to a point down, because I don't know where you're going with this argument. It makes no sense.
Well, it's not an argument. I just simply ask questions.
And I gave you the answer, what it is.
Well, and those answers conflict with what I've been told by other legal professionals, so I'm trying to get to the truth.
And get those other legal professionals, because I don't know where they're coming from.
All I want to do is make sure that I get a fair and meaningful hearing, and all I want to do is be left alone.
You're going to get a fair and impartial hearing, all right? If you want to represent yourself, you have a right to do that, okay? They can only use competent and legal evidence against you, and that's why you have a trial. And at that trial is where you'll have your chance to have your day in court.
Well, I've been told
so
that.
We're going to go back. Listen, we're going to go back into court right now. I'm going to advise the court, like I told you, that I advise you of the charge and your rights. I'm going to ask the court to enter a plea of not guilty on your behalf and set this matter for a pre-trial.
Well, I still don't want that to be done either. I just want them to leave me alone.
And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into court and I'm going to ask the judge that if I can withdraw and somebody else be appointed to represent you, because you're not making any sense in what you're asking for.
Okay, well, that's
okay.
Fair.
You're none at all. All right.
Well, if I'm not making sense, then yeah, that's fair.
Pardon?
I said if I'm not making sense,
we'll go back into court.
Okay. I'm wondering if you could go on YouTube and actually go to the Taylor court and see, because they said it's on YouTube. So what's to stop somebody from screen recording on YouTube?
Because they don't want you to record.
No. What I'm saying is, what I mean is, like, if you were to, let's say you were to go on YouTube right now and screen record it, right? There would be nothing that stops you from doing. No. I'm not asking you to. I'm just saying, but nothing would, like, you could do that if you wanted to, right?
Yeah, on
right.
YouTube,
So
yeah.
they don't know who's making the recording. Is my point.
Yeah.
So good luck proving I'm gonna get them.
Yeah.
Okay, Mr. People versus Lanto.
Your Honor, James Gazicki, I'm asking the court right now if I could withdraw on this matter. I don't think I could adequately help Mr. Lanto in his legal arguments, because I'm not familiar with the issues in it. And